Alright people, so today we're going to do a quick Phil Neville show. There wasn't one last week because we had carpets fitting in, and obviously there is no football, of course, because of the coronavirus outbreak. It's been like a week since, it was literally a week today since I've done a video. My videos have gone down a lot less at the moment, but there might be some stuff coming up, so stay tuned for it. So what I wanted to talk about today in my Phil Neville show. Phil Neville is going to be training for Swindon Town later on at 7 o'clock for another episode. I think it's episode 40 today, so that's fantastic. You know that we're bringing in the episodes week in week out. It's fantastic, and obviously we have got I'm actually simulating the rest of the Premier League season. I haven't been doing it for the past few days. I've been playing a lot of FIFA 13 recently. There's a career mode I'm doing. I'm in my 10th season, actually. Yeah, my 10th season. I don't know if I'm going to show you that, but I might do a different career mode. We'll see in the next few weeks or so. So let's talk about what's happened. So Liverpool have been confirmed Premier League champions. In my first week, they won away at Everton in the Merseyside derby. Sorry, Everton fans. Divock Origi scored in the last seconds. A bit like the one where Pickford tries tipping it over the crossbar when he didn't need to, and he pushes it back to Origi, who heads it in for Liverpool to win the game. But Pickford didn't make a mistake, though. It was from a corner, from a set piece. So Liverpool won. They lost the first game at Anfield against Crystal Palace. That was after the tie was confirmed, so I think that was like a week later. And I'm not doing the Champions League and Europa League. Not really. I probably should do, but I'm not. I'm just focusing on like English competitions. Also the FA Cup as well. That was interesting. All scores ended in a 1-0 win. So this is how it planned out. Leicester City beat Chelsea 1-0. Newcastle beat Man City 1-0. Arsenal beat Sheffield United 1-0. And Man United beat Norwich 1-0. So into the final four. The thing is about FIFA 20, it's really, really crap. I have to say, when you try and simulate a game, it's really crap. I like simulating games. I find it more exciting, to be perfectly honest, rather than playing them. I mean, I like to play on old FIFAs, like your FIFA 13 and stuff like that. But I have to say, when you try and simulate a game, it is damn awful. You rarely get more than one goal in your game. So, I think the highest one I've had recently, I've had Brighton beat Manchester City. I'll talk about that in a moment because that is fantastic that Brighton beat Man City. But the thing is, you only get 1-0s on most of them are 0-0, and that fucks me off. That really does. Sorry for my language, but that really, really is annoying. Like all games end 0-0. Like if you did a season simulating games, you do get the odd occasional 0-0. That's fine, right? But when you get like loads and loads of 0-0s, I'm like, what's the point in this? And there's teams that having like 16. There's teams that are like having 7 shots, and the other teams not. Like in the Brighton Man City game, Brighton absolutely battered City, and Man City only had 1 shot in the whole game. That wouldn't happen in real life. I guarantee Manchester City, if they were playing Brighton, they would have a shot at goal. There would, there's no qualms about it. There's no qualms about it. So yeah, that's the most annoying part about FIFA 20. But yeah, it's exciting. I know it's not real. Unfortunately, let's focus on the bottom of the Premier League then. So Norwich City have been relegated from the Premier League. They lost 2-0 to West Ham. they had a few opportunities. They drew 0-0 at Southampton, drew 1-1 at Arsenal, scored a last-minute equaliser, drew 0-0 with Brighton. Yep, another 0-0. Lost 1-0 at Watford, and then they lost 2-0 to West Ham, 11 points from safety. Doesn't look good for Norwich City. They've got 4 games left. I believe one of them is against... they've got Everton, and then they've got to play Chelsea, Burnley, and Man City. And according to my FIFA, Wolves are not gonna slip away from the Champions League places. Sheffield United are gonna slip away from the Champions League places, and Tottenham fans, you'll be happy about this. Tottenham are gonna have made progress recently. They're currently 5th in the Premier League, and they've taken a good few points in the last few games. So, according to FIFA 20, Spurs are going to finish in a Champions League place, because City, of course, have been banned from the Champions League. I'm just going to say City get banned from the Champions League, because it was confirmed a couple of months ago. I don't know whether they appeal, don't know what's going to happen there, but City banned from the Champions League. So Tottenham look like they're going to get that final spot, which is going to be very, very promising. Leicester and Man City are in battle to finish second. Manchester City are currently second in the Premier League. It's interesting down near the bottom between 3 teams. I think Aston Villa haven't been relegated yet, but they could be. They've got a couple of games in hand. They won a game against Sheffield United, 1-0. I think also, I believe that, what else? Bournemouth, Watford and Brighton are in a bit of a tussle at the moment. Watford are in the bottom 3. Brighton and Bournemouth just hanging there. Brighton's win over Man City was absolutely crucial to their season. Brighton will be playing Newcastle next. I think Bournemouth have got a trip to the Etihad to face Man City. And I think the next game for Villa, I'm not too sure who Villa are. I think they are Everton. That's it. I remember Everton. So that's going to be quite important. And from a Watford point of view, I don't know who Watford are playing. I think it's West Ham away. West Ham have really picked up some points. They've done well. I think West Ham are safe as well in my Premier League season. It's not the best Premier League, I've got to admit. There's so many games that have been just disappointing. I don't know when I'm going to next do it. I will be able to complete the Premier League season. Might do the FA Cup final for you. I'll show you a trophy. Yes, it's got the great Phil Neville on it, but who cares? So Liverpool will... Let's just pretend this is the Premier League trophy at the end of the season. And, Jordan Henderson lift a trophy with Phil Neville on it. So, there you go. So, thank you guys. That is my Phil Neville show for today. Not much to report on this week. But maybe at the end of the season, it might be better. And I will, if you want... Please leave in the comments below if you want to see the FA Cup final on FIFA 20 on YouTube. Do you want me to upload it as well? It's Arsenal versus Leicester. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe. This is Brad the Lad. Peace out.